Hello y'all, this is the Hearts of Iron 4 mod in the name of the Tsar. It is set in a timeline where Russia won World War I. Some notable events in this world include Germany being divided in 1917, the United States not joining the Great War, and a revolution taking place in Bavaria. We're on the select country screen now, and there are a few different nations here, and I'm just going to go through all of them really fast, starting with France. Then we have the United Kingdom, the Southern Commune, Prussia, the United States, Imperial Russia, the Japanese Empire, Austria, Italy, Turkey, Serbia, Romania, the Hungarian People's Republic, Belgium, Sweden, Spain, Portugal, the Republic of China, the Kingdom of Saxony, Niederdeutschland, and finally we have the Confederation of the Rhine. Let's see what features this mod has, and we'll first go to the political tab and check out the ideologies. So there are 6, I think it looks like, yes, and they are Spartacism, which I believe replaces communism since the Soviet Union didn't exactly take off in the name of the Tsar's timeline. Then we have Socialism, Liberalism, Conservatism, Paternal Autocracy, Paternal Autocratism. Then we have Nationalism. So yeah, 6 ideologies in total. Let's head to the research tree now. And for some transparency, I am having to play this on the no step back version of Hearts of Iron 4, since this mod has not been updated to By Blood Alone, and is in fact, as of recording, on hold apparently. And it looks like all this is the same as the tech tree layout is the same as No Step Back Hearts of Iron 4. Well, Hearts of Iron 4's No Step Back version. I don't see any major alterations or any at all, truly. Just maybe, I don't know, little GFX changes here and there, possibly. And now let's go on a world tour and check out all the countries of the world and just see the world map in general. Let's begin in South America. Here we have places like Venezuela, Colombia, Ecuador, Peru, Brazil, Bolivia, Paraguay, Argentina, Chile, Uruguay, and the overseas, well, the South American territories of the United Kingdom, the Netherlands, and France. And honestly is, in name of the Tsars, South America in 1936, any different border-wise than our South America in 1936 in our own timeline, I don't know. But let's go over to Africa now. And here we basically have 3 independent states and a bunch of European powers. And those independent countries are Liberia, Ethiopia, and South Africa. And besides that, there is the United Kingdom. Well, for the European power part, there is the United Kingdom, Portugal, Belgium, France, and is that it? Just United Kingdom, France, Belgium, and Portugal? I guess it is. Yeah. Well, oh yeah, Italy. I forgot to mention Italy. They're here too. But they're not fighting Ethiopia in 1936. They're not trying to invade them. And let's go over to, say, Australia. Now, Oceania. We have Australia. Then there is New Zealand. They're both part of the Allies. Then going north, there is the Dutch East Indies and British Malaya. And here we have the Philippines, who is a puppet of the United States. There is French Indochina, Siam, the Republic of China, and the Yunnan clique. The Chinese, well, the Republic of China and the Yunnan clique are both part of the Chinese United Front faction, and that's led by the Republic of China. Also in China is the Qing Empire, as well as the People's Republic of China and the Xinjiang clique. There's no Ma clique or Guangxi clique in this world. And going over to Manchuria, there's Manchukuo, and south of them in Korea, well, more like across the Sea of Japan, is the Japanese Empire, and they lead the Greater East Asian Co-Prosperity Spear and have Manchukuo as a puppet. Then Mongolia is a subject of Imperial Russia. And going to the Himalayas now, we'll come back to Russia later in particular when we cover Europe. We have Tibet, Nepal, Bhutan, the British Raj, they're there, and Ceylon is dominated. It's controlled by the United Kingdom. Then we have Afghanistan. We're heading more into the Middle East now. There's Iran, Iraq, Saudi Arabia, Yemen, Oman, the British Middle East essentially. Then we have the Syrian revolt who's fighting against the French, and the French, it looks like in this region, are holding out in Lebanon. Then we have Turkey, who aren't the Ottomans anymore, so Mustafa Kemal Ataturk is in charge of the country. And it should be noted, like, the eastern part of their state is a demilitarized region. Then they also lost Istanbul. It's controlled by the Russians now, and it's called Tsargrad. So there's no European part of Turkey across the Dardanelles anymore. It's controlled by the Russians. And let's head into Europe now. Well, oh, I forgot to mention, in Central Asia we have the Bukhara Autonomy and Khiva, and they're both subjects of Imperial Russia. But let's go into Europe. Finally, I had to mention those two countries. Imperial Russia leads a major faction called Vrstogny Soyuz, which I think means like the Eastern Union, possibly, when you translate it to English. I think that's right, and that consists of Imperial Russia, Romania, Mongolia, the Bukhara Autonomy, Khiva, Galicia, Lodomeria, Bukovina, and Celtorozia, who I forgot to mention is also in Asia, but they're tiny and they're right here above. They're northeast of Manchukuo. Well, northwest of Manchukuo, I guess. But that's a subject of Russia. And I think all of Russia's faction, all of them are subjects. So, it's just a bunch of Russian puppets in Russia itself in the faction initially, and they control Finland, that should be noted. But let's get more into Central Europe now. I mentioned already, what am I doing? I'm hitting the air bases. We have Galicia, Lodomeria, Bukovina, then there's Romania, Bulgaria, who may have come out the best of all the Central Powers in this timeline's World War I. Once we see Austria and Germany, you will see what I mean. We have Greece, Serbia, Big Serbia. There is Albania. There is the Kingdom of Montenegro, and they are a puppet. They're a subject of Serbia. Then there is Illyria, who's also a subject of Serbia. And here is the Hungarian People's Republic. They are guaranteeing the Southern Commune in Germany. Then there is the Czechoslovak Republic and Austria. Well, Austria is here too, and their independence is guaranteed by Prussia. And so there's no Austro-Hungarian Empire here in sight. Let's go into Germany now. Here is Prussia, the Kingdom of Saxony, and it should be noted that Prussia leads a faction called the Berliner Pact. It consists of Prussia, the Kingdom of Saxony, and Niederdeutschland, which has its capital in like Hamburg. Then going south, well, in Bavaria there is the Southern Commune, and then we have the Confederation of the Rhine. Here's Switzerland, and here is Italy. And let's go over to Scandinavia. Colors are a little different. There's no Finland, of course. I believe I already established that. But here's Denmark. They control Iceland and Greenland. Here's Sweden and Norway, and that's Scandinavia in this world. And let's go into Western Europe now. We have in the Low Countries, there is the Netherlands, Belgium, Luxembourg. Then we have France. Here is Spain and Portugal, and here's the United Kingdom and Ireland. Borders seem somewhat the same there, kind of, although France did take Alsace-Lorraine in the Great War in this timeline. And let's go across the Atlantic to see North America. And we have here, we have the United Kingdom, of course, and say Labrador and Newfoundland. Here is the province of Canada. And going south, we'll come back to, we'll say the United States for last. We have Mexico, there is Guatemala, there is Honduras, El Salvador, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, Panama, and all the Central American states are here in this mod. In the Caribbean, we have Cuba, Haiti, the Dominican Republic, and I think that's it. Maybe, yeah. So the Caribbean and Central America is basically the same in this world since 1936 as it would be in our own, I think. Well, just from a border sense anyway. And then we have the United States, which is led by Charles Curtis in 1936. No FDR here, and I think that's it for every country in the world, and we've seen everything this mod has to offer. I think just getting a taste of it. And if you like this mod, you can check it out in the video description. The link to it is there. That's right, the link to In Name of the Tsar is there. If you enjoyed the video itself, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.